We're in week 2 of the 7 Languages of Leadership, the series that I'm doing. I drop at least one video Monday, Wednesday, Friday about it. And today we're talking about knowledge and advancement. And one of the most dangerous people on your team is not the underperformer. It is the emotional, brilliant, come in every day, high performer that you refuse to give information to. As a leader, you've stopped sharing information because you feel like you're protecting the team. No, let's put the ego to the side. You're actually protecting yourself. You're protecting your position, but you don't realize you're actually burying your promotion. If you're the only one that knows how to solve the big problems because you're not sharing information so that your team can advance, you are trapped in your own cage of expertise and you're not helping the team. You're afraid if they know what you know, they won't need you. So you keep the strategy to yourself. You keep the information to yourself. You gatekeep. And as you're gatekeeping, guess what happens? You are stuck in a cycle of keeping the mask on. And that performance mask that you continually wear is what's keeping you up at night, not realizing that the team, that high performer, that emotional high performer that you refuse to give information to, that's the one that's going to keep your team running and you don't even realize. So you're exhausted, they're disengaged, and now you don't have any value, or you're not bringing value to yourself as a leader, to the team, as the leader of the team, to the department, and to the business. Boom. So let me tell you what's happening so we can correlate it back to this. Your leadership identity, you are stuck in being a doer and not the architect. You think your value comes from knowing the answer. When we talk about the corporate game, your value comes from scaling. And if you're not scaling your team, if you are not, and hear me good, coaching and developing your team, that means you're not scaling. And if you're not scaling, then your value has stalled. And if your value has stalled, you are just a high-paid secretary sitting in the chair. So now, because you refuse to share the knowledge, you create mental friction and low trust. The team will not bring you information. They aren't being innovative, and you will remain in the status quo until you begin to share the information. So get your pen and paper. Here we go with the secret sauce. The secret sauce is not about better communication. It is you shifting from being a task rabbit, you shifting from being a doer, you shifting from having technical authority to leadership credibility. You need a strategy that's going to help you to delegate. And when you begin to delegate, your team can flourish. And not only that, your team begins to see you as not only credible, but you stop leaking authority and stop being a hoarder. So what do? We swap doing time for leading time. The more you lead, the more productive. The more productive, the more value you add. And the more value you add, the more your team loves you. We audit your executive gap and move you from doer to architect. Stop being the smartest person in the room and be the person who actually built the room. If you need more, this is what we talk about in the Leadership Alchemy Masterclass on February 21st, 2026 at 4 o'clock. I'd love to see you there. Don't get waitlisted. Happy leading.